if you wanted to keep horses, these were easy to manage because you didn't have the hairy legs.
Right.
Which.
Oh wow. Well, you can cook your crumpets in there.
We have actually got a joint of meat in front.
You're joking me? No. Really? You're cooking your Sunday lunch?
Yeah.
Wow, well it's actually a beautiful day and finally we got a bit of sun and it coincides with a heavy horse day which is just down the road from me at Rangeworthy. So we're heading off there, getting picked up by my friend Will and his Land Rover, and the three of us, Jack's staying behind, he's got a load of homework to do, three of us are going down to Rangeworthy to see the heavy horses, so we'll crack on with that in a minute. Swallows are still here, look. Oh, they've just gone. They're just, look, they're still up in the skies. They're getting ready to go, unfortunately. It won't be long till they're gone, will it? And that'd be sad because the twittering of swallows is brilliant. Right, let's get ready to go.
Yeah.
See you later, Jack. Enjoy your homework. What is it, GCSE what?
Science.
Lovely, good luck. Right, we're off out of here. A taxi awaits. Look at that beast. Hi, Esme. All right, you're in the back. That looks good. How comfortable is it in there?
50-50.
50-50, is it? It looks good though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I've not seen this with the roof off before.
Soft top, yeah.
Tell me, how long have you had this Land Rover?
Since I was 20.
Oh wow.
20, yeah, 20.
And you're only 28 now, aren't you?
Of course, yeah,
Hey,
perfect. So it's brand new.
you've had it quite a while. What year is this then?
80.
1980, is it?
Yeah.
So what year, because ours is a later model than this, what year did they change the models, do you know? Because ours is
It was about
80...
83 they went
Yeah.
from Series 3 onto Defender, but I don't quote me on that.
No, because ours is slightly different on the front, isn't it? Ours is front. I think ours is 86.
Your wings cut, you haven't got
Yeah.
the front grille. You've got, well, the whole thing.
Essentially, it's the same Land Rover, though, isn't it? Really, because
Yeah.
they didn't change this. You got split screen,
Still got split screen. Yeah.
but everything else, the doors are the same handles.
Yeah, well, they went to single piece doors.
Yeah.
The whole-
Oh, they're
you've got a door
2-piece.
top.
So does that top bit come off then?
Yes. It falls
Does
off
it?
on its own. Rust
Oh,
out.
yeah. But you can use this like it's a lovely soft top, isn't it?
Yeah, they're easier to convert than yours.
Yeah.
There's not a lot in it.
No,
But I've got both for it, so it depends on the weather.
it's a lovely vehicle, though, isn't it? I think you know.
It's battered, but it's all.
Well, that's what they're meant to be like, though. And what are the? What's that?
They had a
It's like a
Caxton
stop.
winch, which I've still got.
Oh, right,
Took off
okay.
because it weighs about 200 pounds.
Yeah.
And it's a shut off for it.
Oh, okay.
It's ex-Coast Guard, you see.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Right, so we're heading off the heavy horses. You come in, Sam's come in. Jack's doing homework, poor chap. Right, let's mount up. You right there, Mrs. C, in the front there? You get the luxury. We're in the back. Oh, it has. This is the way to travel, isn't it?
You've been demoted to the back.
Yeah. What do you think about your dad owning something like this? Hey, you'd rather you had a BMW.
Yeah. There is a silver.
Right, let's crack onto the horses.
To be honest, I treat this badly, as you well know. Generally.
Here we are. Yeah. It's a tiny little drive. There's a horse signs anyway. Follow those cars. This is where your Land Rover comes in handy, Will. A bit of off-roading, I think. Look at it down. Better in the Land Rover than the car down here.
Track, isn't it?
Yeah.
A bit like Julian's Drive.
Oh yeah, it does look quite a fairly big organised event, doesn't it? Well, we'll see.
I'm the only Land Rover here. That is
Good.
disappointing.
Everyone will be looking around at it. Just say you enter it in the classic vehicle section. Yeah, come on, Harry.
I don't know how to do this.
Oh, they're really easy. Look, little hook like that. Goes up.
I don't know what it is. You can't.
Just same as ours.
Open, it just goes inside. You have to put your arm in.
Yes, you can. I fixed it.
Oh, well, there we go. She's nice.
There we go. Everybody out. Right. I can see smoke. That's either a blacksmith or someone doing something else. Right, let's go and have a look. Well, no sign of any horses yet. We'll go and have a look at that steam engine in a minute.
A bit more now.
Get more. You watch the videos then,
I
yeah?
do.
Well
Yeah,
done,
I
well,
really
you-
enjoy them as well.
Well done, well you're on one now. And here's the horses, look at this. Look at the size of those. Well, hopefully you'll see a few more of those in a minute. Great minds think alike then, is it? Both doing the video, are you?
First in.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. Morning, mate.
I just caught up with Farmer P.
No, he's behind you.
He's behind me, I just said, just caught up with him and now he's catching up with me. You walk faster than me.
Well, no, I've seen you. I was going to go say hello to your missus.
Oh, are you? She does like a bit of Farmer P. So
Only a bit?
Only a bit. You're only allowed a bit. Not that bit. Right. Oh, here we are. Camden Carriage. Logging demo. We might not be here for all
They'll
this.
also be coming in the ring a little bit later. Again,
More arriving. Maybe they're all down there. We'll have to have a look.
using some milk rounds and things like that. Would have used the Lincoln Shire. Become a part of it too for us. Fantastic work. Great at logging, actually. You think they're great at pulling logs. Which is something for you to see, so it gives you a chance to have a photograph of them. Going around.
I'm going to have a little wander around a minute. I think Farmer P's already off on the horses. I've just been chatting to the friends and stuff. We're going to have a look in here. This is where they're actually working. Aha, so he's actually... Look at him, he's up on the horses already. And I think that's a cultivator he's on. Oh, it's chain arrows. It's chain arrow. Look, now I actually have a chain arrows like that at home.
Hello.
Sorry? Have you? Can we do a swap? So I'm looking at the chain arrows and thinking we got one of these at home exactly the same as that.
You've got some horse-drawn stuff.
Is that a horse-drawn chain arrows then?
Well, no, it's a tractor one. Just
Is it?
It's just being horse-drawn.
Yeah. Are you alright, Ian, if I go on here?
No, you carry
You
on.
gotta
You
go?
can have that boy bit.
Alright, mate. Thank you very much for letting me on this.
That's quite all right. Right,
So-
come on, boys.
I'm going to ask you a few questions
Yeah,
if you don't
come
mind.
on.
Whoop.
Come on.
So are these your horses?
Yeah, these are Percherons. They're 3-year-olds.
Right,
I got the light grey is the stallion,
right,
and the darker grey is the gelding.
right.
They're both French imports, and they're 3 years old. They're pretty well fully trained now. The last thing we'll have to do with them will be put them in shafts and use them as singles. But they stop and start the word of command because they've done last winter's stock feeding.
Right.
So we've got a bale carrier that goes on the back of here, a spike and a winch. And so you back the spike into the bale. Well, pull the bales down off the stack
So
first.
if I can stop you, I'm fascinated that you are keeping this heavy horse tradition alive because there can't be many people left with these horses.
There aren't a lot, but in the past, we've been importing horses from France, training them and selling them, and there's been a good market for them.
Right.
Because we use horses through the winter 7 days a week. I can make a horse really quickly and effectively. And there's a market for the well-trained, for a well-trained horse.
But you're using these horses working. Have you got? Don't mind me asking. Tell me if I'm being too nosy.
Carry on.
Have you got your own place that you use them on?
I've
or
got a 240-acre tenanted farm. I'm second generation of a three-generation tenancy.
Yeah.
I've got 2 sons who are farriers.
Wow.
One was just in the army, and one son's a chiropractor.
Yeah.
We run the farm. We probably do half the farm work with horses,
Really?
as much as we can.
And what made you do that? Because I mean, most people have gone to tractors.
My father never felt it fully mechanised.
Right.
He wouldn't. He
always
wouldn't have
kept
a
the
grey
horses.
Ferguson. He bought a because he started farming. His father died in 1940.
Yeah.
He started farming at the age of 18. He bought a Fordson tractor, a Massey binder, international plough, and an international drill in 1942. It was all lease lend, and so he kept the horses on with them after the demise of the old Henry Ford. He bought a Field Marshal, which we've still got, and so we've always used tractors and horses together.
Right, and you never So when everyone else got rid of their horses, on your
Dad
farm, you kept them
Yeah,
on?
yeah.
So
Yeah, well,
in-
at the time we had 2 dairies. So
Right.
We had one on a hosier milking bale,
Yeah.
which moved around the periphery of the
Okay.
farm, and then the fixed parlour,
Yeah.
and used the horses to serve, to serve the thing.
That's amazing.
So we did all the mowing, all the hay turning, all the winter carting, because of course you go in and out of the field all winter long and not marking.
Well, that's right. You're not going to leave a rut, are you? So the interesting thing is, on our farm, I'm only up the road from here,
Yeah, yeah.
Tidderington. Our farm, our Shire horses left in 1952.
Yeah,
And we've still got, in the hay barn, I've still got the harness and stuff
Yeah,
there. My
yeah.
dad put it on the wall in 1952.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we've still got a little bit of horse-drawn stuff around.
yeah.
I've
It's
got
the-
a
it's the-
cultivator that's a
yeah,
horse-drawn
it's,
one.
It's the Come on, boys, we weren't talking to you. Who said whoa? Come on, get up.
Amazing. I mean, this is amazing to me. So, I mean, I'm trying to think now. So this is a fairly modern thing here.
This was once a caravan.
Right.
It's what they
You
call
adapted it.
It's what they call a hitch cart or
Yeah.
an Amish tractor.
So back in the day, if you like, if you were chain harrowing, what would
You'd
you
be walking behind it.
You just walk
with
behind
a pair, with a pair of lines.
behind the chain harrow.
I've got all
Yeah.
modern.
Yeah, you come on. You want to sit down, don't you?
Exactly that.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you do ploughing with it as well? I take it.
Yeah,
do you?
I've got a 2-furrow John Deere,
Right.
which is it's 2 16-inch furrows. I've converted it from because I'm also a farrier as well, so
Right.
blacksmithing skills,
No,
and welding, and
fair-
one thing
fair
and another
play.
are no stranger to us. And so I converted that and put ransom bodies on
Yeah.
it, which I can get parts for still.
Okay.
And we put 6 horses on that, 3 and 3.
Wow. I mean, so how many acres of, or how? No,
Well,
not
we've
even.
got-
How much can you plough in a day, realistically, without
Well,
breaking your back?
Usually I end up afternoons only,
Yeah.
and with that plough with 6 horses on it, you can bat over about 2.5 acres in an afternoon.
That's pretty good
Because
going,
it's
isn't
not-
it?
It's not like a walking plough where
No.
you stop on the headland and fight with it round
Right.
the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing, you kick it and it lifts.
Right.
And you just cruise round behind it.
Yeah. Because I've got a horse-drawn plough at home, which is 1 furrow.
Yeah, yeah.
And that would that be pulled by
That would
one
be a
horse
pair,
or
no,
two?
a pair of horses.
A pair of
Especially
horses.
on ground like this.
Yeah.
You want a pair on it.
Right. Crikey.
I was always told that you can plough a 9-inch furrow. If you plough a 10-inch furrow, you won't plough any more land in a day
Right.
than if you hold a 9-inch, because the horses walk that bit slower because it pulls that much higher.
Oh, okay.
They just drop a gear.
Yeah. Well, this is fascinating. I thank you very much for letting me have a go on this.
My father changed from Shires to Percherons in 1951. At the time he wanted to remain with horses, and these were being advertised in the Farmers Weekly at the time. If you wanted to keep horses, these were easy to manage because you didn't have the hairy legs, which in the show ring looked great. But you
Yeah.
put them through 6 inches of muck in a gateway and they're just filth. I mean, you're old enough to remember bell bottoms in the
Oh,
rain.
just
Well,
about,
remember,
yeah.
remember what
Yeah,
they were
the
like?
dreadful thing.
Yeah,
Bell bottoms on cattle, horses.
yeah, exactly that.
That's brilliant. I'll jump out.
that.
Thank you very much, sir.
No
I
problem
really
at all.
appreciate that. All
No
the best.
problem. All right, you stand still now, boys.
Look at that. So there was a bit of a treat. 2 vloggers in one place.
How about that?
How about that?
Who would have thumped it?
The best bit was the view wasn't so good, was it? The back end of a horse.
We did actually discuss
It's almost a bit like back end of Buddy we had the other day, wasn't it? But it's a hell of a view, isn't it? It's a lovely thing to see. Right, we're heading on down to the steam engine. Harry, those look like the things you used to have. Are they, well, you don't do horses, do you? You do cows, really, don't you? Let's go and have a look at this steam engine.
20, 25.
There we go, look at this.
Okay. Thank you.
So we're with the steam engine now. Look at this beautiful thing. So this is a gentleman that owns it. I don't know your name.
It's Percy.
Percy. Now, Percy, this is yours, is it?
It is, yes.
So tell me the history of it, because how old is it?
It's 1911.
Is it?
Yeah.
And
It used to belong to the Peterborough Gas Company, as
Right.
you can see.
yeah,
And it's then it was derelict.
right.
I bought it in this condition.
You bought it in this condition,
Yeah.
So how
got
long have you
another
had
one.
it?
I've only had it 8 months.
Have you? Oh, really new purchase then.
New purchase, yeah.
So you, instead of going out and buying yourself a flash car, you thought you'd buy a steam engine.
I did, yes.
So what do you do with it? Is it just a working hobby, or is it you been tinkering with it? And
Oh, we're playing with it all the
Yeah.
time, but we take it to steam rallies in
right,
places like this.
yeah. Sure.
Charities,
So what's the speed of something like that then? It must be quite slow, is it?
8 mile an hour.
Really? So today, did you bring it on a
No, we
transport-
rode it here.
You rode it? Where
Yeah.
from?
Only just round the corner.
Oh, that's a bit of luck then, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's only 2-3 mile.
Yeah. So what? Can we just walk around it a little bit? So, what would this originally been used for? Is it for pulling things or powering something?
This was used as it's called a tractor. So
Yeah.
this was used for hauling trailers
Right.
of coal
Okay.
because they
Yeah.
made coal gas.
Right. Okay. So you pull in the coal to
Yeah, 2 or 3
Wow.
trailers full
Brilliant.
of coal.
I mean, it's a lovely machine, isn't it? It's a work of art, really.
Yeah,
Isn't
oh,
it?
yes.
It's not just an industrial. I think it depends what you think in your life, isn't it? For me, this is a work of art. The craftsmanship in making this, it's a beautiful thing to look at, isn't it?
Yes.
So what's it like when you're driving along the road then? Have you got like 20 cars behind
the
you?
road's always clear in front.
Yeah. But I bet, do you know what? I bet when people overtake you, they appreciate it though, don't
Oh,
they?
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
like
yeah.
being stuck behind an old lorry or something,
No,
is
that's
it?
right. People overtake and then they stop in the next lay-by ready to take pictures.
Really?
And then they're behind again.
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, you're almost like the custodian for now, aren't you? You
Well, yeah,
sort of
that's right.
look after it and hand it on to someone else, really, don't you?
That's right. Yeah, you're only just looking after it.
Yeah, and it's wonderful that people like you do take care of. So talk me through sort of what sort of maintenance and stuff you'd have to do on a thing like this.
Well, really, on this particular one here, there's not a lot left to do.
Right.
It could really do with a set of gears,
Right.
because they are getting slightly worn
Yeah.
out, but they're still fine at the moment.
Yeah.
The boiler's been done.
So you have to maintain the boiler. Do you have to have a boiler
Yeah,
certificate?
you have a boiler certificate every year.
Every year. And what, they come out and pressure test
yeah.
it, do they?
Well, they do a cold test and a warm test.
Right.
But this year now, it will have to have a 10-year boiler check, which is a pressure test. So
Right.
it has got to be stripped right down,
Crikey.
which I don't really want
That's
to do.
always a
but-
fingers crossed moment, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely,
Hey?
definitely.
Can I just have a little look around?
Yeah,
Just-
carry on.
I love the way the flywheel goes. Before the days of the health and safety, where all that would have to be covered now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So you stand up in here. Oh, you got the coal loading, and in there. So you're stood when
Want me
you're.
to open the firewall door?
If you could, yeah. When you're driving this, you stood up the whole
Stood
time.
up all the time,
Right. Oh wow. Well, you can cook your crumpets in there. can't you?
We have actually got a joint of meat in the front.
You're joking me? Really? You're cooking your Sunday lunch?
Yeah.
How wonderful is that? Well, you might as well make use of the heat, might you? That's amazing. Well done. Thank you so much for letting me see that. It's a beautiful machine, and long may these vehicles be around, All the best.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a hell of a way to cook a Sunday dinner, isn't it? I'm just going to come down here. I really want to go and see this horse-drawn car,
Minimise that for you.
because this is something that actually we've got one of these at home.
I made it slightly difficult for him. but
This
I made it-
gentleman here, you come all the way from Taunton, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to get here?
A long time.
And you were just on the motorway. So you had on the back of your lorry, you had the horses
And then a trailer on behind.
and a trailer on behind that. Fair play to you. So, and you got the Hames there, haven't you?
Yeah.
So I got some of these at home, but these are a modern version. These are big
These
round.
are Amish Haines, American harness.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wow. So what's the difference between an American harness and a British harness? Is there much?
If you look on Western films,
Yeah.
it used to be leather. They just took it on
Right.
where we left off, sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, so it
Americans.
sort of moved on a little bit in a way. Wow.
And it's good working harness, everyday working.
Right. And what? So I know nothing about horses. I know about cows.
Punches,
What are they? Sorry.
the Suffolk punches.
Suffolk punches. Is that an old breed?
The oldest English breed.
Is it?
Wow.
Wow.
Nice open space here. He's able to jump left and right of the different logs to be at the right side of it.
Doing now.
There's a lot to think about as you're going up and down. But I just trust and counsel, use them a lot to actually
So you're just harnessing up
get
here.
trees out of areas that they need
Sorry.
to do. And the setup is exactly the same. So you see
So while they're loading up here, I'm just going to go and look at, not loading up, harnessing up, just going to look at this hay wagon, because believe it or not, we have actually got one of these. You know, the old stone barn, you always see, I don't take you in there, some things are a bit private. We have one of these. Not as good as this, mine. Look at this. This again is a work of art. That is a complete work of art. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And the fact that it's still here and preserved is brilliant. Look at this. So ours 1910, ours is 1898. Maybe one day I will show you ours, but ours says W. Cornock Newhouse Farm, Titherington, 1898 on it. Similar letters. The difference with ours, I think, is ours have been cut off here and they've got a modern hitch on it for a tractor. And we don't have this cut out here. That's solid. But it's more or less identical, and it's got the same hay thing. So these are for the hay. They fold down into the bed. They fold down into there, and then they're put back up when you want to load a hay on it. But it is a work of art. The craftsmanship in it, you know, the steel, the way that it's fitted there, the paintwork on it, the studs on here, you know, you just do not make things like this now. It's absolutely wonderful. It's a privilege to see one of these in such beautiful condition. And so, I mean, you think about it, what I'm seeing here now is what every farm would have had in the 19th century and probably early 20th century, bringing the hay in with the horses like that, and that's all gone. And I dare say a lot of these wagons have been broken up, probably just for the wheels. People want the wheels, they think the wagon's no good, probably been left outside and rotted out, and people taking the wheels off to save. The sad thing is, I've actually seen these left outside. There's a place not far from here called Cattle Country. They were not Cattle Country, where was it? Well, anyway, another place. They had a couple of these left outside with flowers in the top. They don't do well outside. Give it a few years, the wet gets in and they rot, and you've got to store this, dry store it. And it should be looked after, you know, because no one's going to make something like that again, are they? Look at these. Look, I haven't noticed that before. These are the quick release. Obviously you unhook that, knock that block out that's wedged in there, and then you can take the wheel off. Absolutely wonderful to see that. I had to come and see that because it's just a beautiful work of art. And I guess that's more of a conventional ride around. But to see that hay wagon, absolutely wonderful. And they're just harnessing up here. That hay wagon, that's a work of art, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's made at Stoke St Gregory in 1910.
I just saw that, yeah, 1910.
But it's a bit like a broom.
Oh, what, you mean as in Trigger's new
You
broom?
know, I've replaced it all.
Yeah. But I just said, actually, I was doing it on video, saying the main thing is you've looked after it wonderfully, because I've seen a lot of these left outside and they rot to nothing,
Yeah,
don't
well,
they?
that was fairly rotten when I got
Was it?
and I rebuilt it.
Well, it's a credit to you, because what a beautiful thing that is, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I hope it'll carry on. Someone else will take it.
I hope you're right.
You know,
know.
I'm getting too old for this. Really.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of work, isn't it? I mean, this is why when the tractor came in, you can see why everyone went.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
You know, because my dad got rid of the horses in 1952. They went from our farm, and he converted to all tractors then, and all the harness was put on the barn wall then, and it's still there now.
Is it? It's
Yeah,
still there?
yeah, it's up on the wall. And we've got one hay wagon like that one, which is why when I was over there, I had to come and look at it, because
Yeah.
we got the same one of that, slightly bigger.
Yeah, yeah.
Still got the hay racks on, things on it.
What happened to all the harness? It's just sitting there.
It's just sitting there, but I mean, obviously, it was put up there 70 odd years ago. I don't know how good a state it is now.
Shame.
But it's,
So what
you know,
other stuff you got up there?
well, we've got all these hames and stuff like that.
Machinery wise.
Oh, I've got I've got a horse-drawn plough, and I've also got a horse-drawn cultivator.
Yeah.
You know, they're nice. But I wouldn't want to part with any of it, because it's the history of our farm, really.
Yeah.
You know. And
Keep it and look at
but I remember as a boy in the 70s, all this horse-drawn kit just left lying around, like,
Well, I can.
you know, and it was just left to rot.
Because you and I are probably about the same age. You
Yeah,
know.
I'm 55.
Well, I'm 64.
Right.
So I can
It's the end of an era, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
used to pull out of sheds and barns,
Yeah.
and they were just scrapping it and burning.
You could find it then, couldn't you? And the trouble is,
Yeah,
what
you can't
happens
find
is,
that, no.
it's what happens. I mean, I remember it really well. It was all left outside because no one knew what to do with it. And after 10 years, it was
And the
knackered.
scrap price of scrap went up.
Yeah.
It went, didn't it?
Scrap went, and the wood had rotted out, because that wagon there, you know, you leave that outside for 10 years, there's nothing left of it, is there? You know. And this is
All that wood is good wood on there now.
yeah.
I think. The
I just
front
had a look. It
board
looks
I
really
repla-
good.
The front board I replaced, but that seems to have a bit of dry rot on the
What
back of it.
what would you
Why?
reckon that is? Elm or something?
No, that was ash.
Was it?
That was ash.
Right.
The sides are beach because I couldn't get any sides, because that's a wide board on that.
Right.
It's a wide board.
What does that mean?
Well, it's only, if you look how it's cut,
Yeah.
you look at the thing, it's curved, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's long board,
Right.
side board.
Yeah.
So that's taking a board from that top angle right across, and taking out the bottom curve as well. So the board was about that width, you know.
Yeah.
I had a hell of a job getting that, and they could only do it in beach.
Right. Well, at least
Yeah.
you did it. I mean, that must have been a passion of yours then, was it, restoring
loved-
that?
I loved doing
it was
that.
like a project to...
It took me 4 or 5 years.
That's it. But
And the little slats going down their
it's
road.
lovely. It's done so
And
well.
they are.
Yeah.
Getting them to
But what a lovely job. You've done a brilliant job.
Thank you.
We've slightly changed the venue.
Right. I'm going to leave you. You've got enough on. I'm going to leave you to it. Thank you so much for your time.
See you later.
Have a go at driving.
There we go, I headed back. I think the wife and kids and everyone have got bored now because I've disappeared as usual. But
What we also
I
have
wanted to just speak to that chap, because it's just a credit to someone like that if they keep an object like that going. Too much of this stuff is gone, and
very interested in
you
seeing
need a lot of space to look after something like that. It's not just the ability, it's space and time to look after these things. Anyway, I'm gonna mosey on round.
lovely Clydesdale.
Used to have one of these as well. My dad cut it up for scrap. It was bigger than that. No, in fact, it was the same size. Water tanker. Wow. Right, let's go on round.
You've got many dogs here today.
Right, we're heading back now. We've done a little bit. I've had a few chats with people. Funny thing is, I met another farmer just now who just told me that he lived just down the road from here, and his Shire horses left in September. He told me the exact date. I can't remember exactly. September 1953. His horses left. Ours left in 1952. So it seems like that might have been a general kind of time when it all came to an end, and at least these people keep this tradition alive, which is nice to see. Harry, did you enjoy seeing that? Good man. Right, we're heading back. See you later. Crack on.